Hi, guys. You're going to be seeing multiple angles. Hello and welcome.
Oh, hey.
To No, We're Not Twins. Now, I'm hoping you can see it on the wide angle, although it does look a bit overexposed. Now, guys, before we even get in, I want to acknowledge the wide angle for a second.
Yeah, I think
Because
so.
we are currently filming it on a vintage camcorder. That's why it looks vintage, okay?
We hope.
The whole aesthetic of this podcast, if you couldn't tell by the intro of this, which, by the way, I hope you like the intro. I did edit it all myself.
But the whole idea was a joint effort.
We'll go with
Right,
that.
we just need to get this straight right now.
Leah,
that Brad is the creative one of the family.
That's not a bad thing.
So I can't be made bad to feel like that. No.
Made bad to feel like that. That's good English.
No, as an example, just today, doing this, right? He has a go saying, it's fine, I'll do it. And I went, do you know what? You take after my mother, because I know that you would say, yeah, do it, but then you would redo it.
I hope Mum's watching.
Because you prefer to do it yourself, because apparently in his words, he said, I know how to do it right.
Well, yeah, I didn't have to do it right. My camera needs to be lower. Sorry, guys, bear with. So, yes, the wide angle. This is being filmed on a vintage camcorder because the whole idea behind the podcast, which we both came up with.
We did. It was that. Oh, thank you. Giving me some credit. Thank you.
I was giving you another take two, you see, helping you out in the edit. Because, guys, Leah's going to be editing these episodes. Woo! Less for Brad to do. But yeah, so basically, the whole idea behind the podcast was that we wanted to do something that was a bit more nostalgic, throwback, because obviously we are 90s babies, but technically, like, we grew up in the 2000s.
Yeah, and I think most of our bond, I always said bondage, but that's wrong.
Yeah, it's definitely not bondage.
Most of our bond is from our childhood, because we had so many similarities.
She is saying that we've grown apart.
Similarities? Yeah, similarities. No, it's not that we've grown apart, but obviously I'm here, there and everywhere normally. And he's got his own place now, so we're not around each other all the time. When we were younger, around each other all the time.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, we grew up together because we were dancing together. We were duet partners.
Yeah.
So the whole vibe and aesthetic of the podcast was very 90s, early 2000s energy. So I decided I'll take it on the chin, right? If you guys don't like it, it's fine, we can make changes. But I made the executive decision to make the wide angle a lovely vintage aesthetic. But then we have got our individual cameras. Give them some love in.
Hello.
Yeah, so we've got our individual cameras. You do actually get some good quality footage, and also you can just get more details of the background. Because, guys, we've got a whole set, to be honest.
I feel like we'll be able to talk about some of this today, but I think
honestly, there's so much
randomly here. It'll just pop up and we'll go, oh yeah, look, this.
There's so much here. So welcome into No, We're Not Twins. Before we get into the beat of the episode, this is, for now, we're planning at least 8 episodes. Now, we've got all of them planned in his notes. We're ready to go with the 8 episodes. We might continue straight away. We might just go past 8 episodes and just go for it, obviously depending how the episodes do. But for right now, it is going to be a limited series, okay? Mainly because Leah's here, there, and everywhere. Obviously, I can't expect her to commit to a long-term podcast. So for right now, we're calling it a limited series.
Yeah, we've just got to see how it goes.
Yeah, but who knows? We might do a thing where it's like we do 8 episodes, like, say, season 1. We come back after, like, a month, do another season.
Yeah.
You know, there might be times when it's like Leah's away somewhere and we have to do, like, a virtual situation. You guys can literally let us know. Because obviously I can always go back to doing Morning Glory. Like, that's not completely gone. That's like my individual thing. Oh, I need to stop with the hands because I'm just taking up all the space and time in your individual.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No. So, yeah. So basically we're just going to see what happens and go from there, and hopefully you guys enjoy.
Yeah. Shall we do the Barbie dolls?
Okay, guys. So part of the energy, like I said, was 90s, early 2000s.
Toys.
And we loved... specifically Bratz.
Yeah, but they don't sell them anymore.
They don't sell Bratz anymore. Monster High is the rage. It's all the rage.
Oh, my head's in front of the Bratz, is it?
Yeah, it is.
You can see it on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bratz for me. Oh, do you remember my Bratz bus?
I do. I loved that bus.
My mum once confiscated that.
The thing is, guys, although Bratz is not on my side, I did used to play them with them.
On it. No.
I also do recall, now before we get into the Barbies, because I used to enjoy Barbie myself. Did you ever strip your Barbies down?
No.
See, I did have a look. I had a look to see what they were dealing with on there, and it was just plain. Which, like,
Well, yeah, they're not
obviously.
going to have a nunny.
I know, but I was just intrigued as a young lad. Obviously, didn't fully know maybe whether I was gay or not. I was like, let me see what this toy's dealing with.
What, I know if you'd be into a nunny?
Yeah, I guess. And no, yeah, it was completely flat.
Well, yeah. No, I think I would be a bit more disturbed if it had something there.
Totally. Looking back now, I'm glad it was flat.
Yeah.
But you just don't know. I feel like that's probably a universal experience. I'm sure a lot of people have done.
Obviously, I did strip them down because you changed them, but I don't think I ever took
No,
notes.
see, I recall vividly in my brain lifting up a skirt, being like, "Oh, what's under there?"
Red light.
It was just out of interest, and I mean, it hasn't really gone nowhere, has it? Because I'm literally gay, a raging homosexual.
Yeah. See, the thing was, me and Brad shared a room a lot when we were younger.
We did.
So he used to use a lot of my toys.
And also, I was just into Barbies.
Yeah, he
And
did. He
female-
did. My
female
grandma bought him.
toys.
Yeah, my grandma bought him his own Barbie doll,
Yeah,
which I was all for
love.
because you could stop playing with
Because
mine.
I also used to like dinosaurs, which is why
Can you see it?
there should be. It's there. I've hot glued a dinosaur to the set.
We wasn't sure if it was going to work, but it has.
No, it has. It's worked swimmingly. Honestly, everything's worked
I'm
swimmingly.
scared that while we're doing this, something's just
gonna
going
drop.
to, and shit me up.
But anyway, guys, we've got Barbies. We picked up some colour reveal. We don't know.
He thought it was the dipping.
No, so
thing?
I've seen Trixie Mattel. You guys will know her well. She did obviously like a toy video where she got these colour reveal Barbies where you, I think, just like put them in like a watered solution with like some shit, shake them, and then it reveals a Barbie.
Well, that's what he told me.
That's
so
what
I
I
was like,
thought.
yes, let's go for it. That sounds fun.
But then you chose these ones, which I think are wrong.
What do you mean I chose these ones? We both were there. We both picked them up.
You picked up that blue one, and I had a different one in my hands with bunny ears on. And you said, I'm going to get this one. And I was like, well, I guess we're getting matching. Because I didn't want to get different ones. Where's the fun in that?
And guys, what doesn't help is that the writing is mostly in a different language.
So this is them.
Yeah. So
I'll give you a close-up on this
that's,
camera.
yeah, that's the packaging because I've already opened mine.
Yeah, this is them. We did open Leah's just because we had no idea what
Well, we still
we were
don't
doing.
know.
No, we don't. So let's just crack them open and see, because it says that the limbs are meant to move. But then there's something to do with slime, and I'm not a slime girl. I don't like slime. I know people like slime. I'm not a slimer.
You're not a slimer. Oh, guys, also, can you tell us if you still think we sound quite similar or not?
Wait, Leah, we're getting way ahead of ourselves because we've not even told them the reason behind the name.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it. Take it away.
So, right, obviously it says no, we're not twins. But the main story behind it was that people used to think we were twins, even up until I was 18 years old.
And realistically, put a wig on me and shave my facial hair off, and we
Yeah.
still look very similar.
Yeah, until he hit puberty.
Yeah,
I would
beefed
say
out.
for ages we were around the same height, same shoe size, everything.
I mean, you'll see it in some of the pictures. Like, hello, they're literally twins.
Yeah, and we did look alike. But also we used to sound the same. So before he hit puberty and his voice broke, we used to
Thank
sound the
God.
same. So there were so many times that I would say something or he'd say something and my mum would go, Leah, Brad, and it would be the wrong one, and we'd just
Yeah.
let them take the blame for it.
And to the point, guys, where we literally had someone not ever actually ask us if we were twins, but just assumed. And then on Leah's 18th birthday,
Yeah, so...
love
so,
it.
So this girl, it'll actually be interesting if she listens to this at some point, because she might do if we share it on our socials.
Mm-hmm.
So this girl had known us from, I was 12 and you were about 11, I think.
Yeah, young.
So a good 6 years she'd known us, right? It's my 18th birthday, and obviously we were at the dance school, and then she posted on your Facebook, I think.
I love that.
On your timeline. She posted on his Facebook saying happy birthday, and I was like, well, he was like, it's not my birthday, it's just Leah's.
Because she'd assumed literally all these years that we were twins. So this is why the name is No, We're Not Twins, because we'd constantly get asked, like we'd go to dance competitions and obviously we'd do a duet together. So we'd get asked there and we'd have to be like, no, we're not twins.
Yeah, and
So-
actually, thinking right now, at dance competitions, we always used to get comments of how well in sync we were. They might think that as well. Oh, maybe they're twins, so they're really like in sync, and like, you know, maybe it's to do with that. But yeah,
Worked
we
out in
used
our
to-
favour. We won a lot.
We used to get it all the
Do you know
time.
what we should do? We should do an episode where we rewatch
Some of our
old
dances.
stuff. Yeah. That would be so embarrassing.
No, more embarrassing for me because I was a chubster.
I
But-
was untalented.
We,
Leah, I was shit. Like, guys, it literally, like, don't get me wrong, she took it more seriously, so that's probably why I was a later bloomer, because Leah was very much focused, wanting to improve. I was literally taking the piss up until maybe 14. And then I decided to take it serious.
Yeah, clown
and then
of
I went
the
to
class.
a ballet school, so...
Get your head out of my camera.
So, who's laughing, you know?
No, he was the clown of the class, and I was there at the front.
Meaning I like to have fun,
concentrating.
right? I was flirting with the girls, could you believe it? And, crazily enough, one of the girls from there actually did fancy me back, and I never knew.
The one that you fancied the whole
I
time.
know, I could have had a girlfriend, but I was too pussy to say.
I'm asking.
Yes, you can beep it out. Yeah, I found out years and years later that she actually did in fact fancy me at the time.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Brad, she was way out of your league. I'm sorry. Maybe not now, but back then she was way out of your league.
Do you hear this? Do you hear how I'm spoken to? Do you hear what I have to deal with, people?
But she was.
I'd never say that to you.
See, Brad, you once told me I'm average.
I don't recall that ever.
He did. It sticks in my mind vividly. He went, I wouldn't say you're pretty, but
When was this?
I wouldn't say you're ugly.
When was this?
But you're average. A
When
few
was that?
years ago now. But
a few years ago, though. We were estranged at that point.
I was still an adult. And that stuck with me. I was like, I'm average.
Are you sure you'd not like pissed me off or something and that was around the time?
No, it was actually a genuinely nice conversation. You weren't being mean. You were just being honest, I think.
But also, like, I'm your brother. I'm not going to be like, yeah, I think you're really wonderfully attractive.
Well, I'm not asking you to be like, oh, yeah, you're good looking. But you can appreciate your sister being pretty.
Well, I've said all three of my sisters are pretty. I said to you that Caitlin was pretty the other day when you tried to deny that. Caitlin.
Let's not.
Yeah, not start family drama.
No. To actually get that straight, I said that she was quite cute when she was younger.
Implying that she's no longer cute.
Because obviously for this, we've been going through all like the family photos and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just implied that she was cute when she was younger. That's not me saying she's ugly now.
Okay. So I'll leave that with you guys. But anyway, all that said, we've got some Barbies.
Like, I don't think this is going to be as fun as what we think it's going to be. It actually, when I searched it on YouTube...
I think it's going to be very anticlimactic.
Yeah, when I searched it on YouTube, it just looks like a lot of unwrapping.
So, this is I'm assuming is what the slime is.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, we thought we'd indulge in like a Barbie since we used to like Barbies and obviously don't have any anymore. And these were just like the first Barbies at hand, to be honest. This is what the kids these days, this is how much of an effort they need. All we needed was a fucking doll. They need a whole experience. Do you know what I mean, though? These kids these days, they need entertaining constantly. It has to be a full experience to get their Barbie.
Yeah, I must
You can't just give them a doll and be fine with it.
I don't think kids these days are going to have as good of imagination as what we did.
Clock it.
Yeah.
So we've got these weird ass cubes. Oh, I think these go in your slime. That because people like when they get the slime, they like to have the bits in it. No, Leah, these are little toys. Like I swear that, or maybe this is clothing and accessories for the Barbie.
It is.
Okay,
but...
you knew that. Okay. So you just let me go off on one. This is hard to do with one hand, isn't it?
Yeah, but the thing is, it looks like they put cubes into... So they took all that shit
Sorry,
out.
I'm making a lot of noise.
Yeah, they took all that shit out, right? Take it out. And then it looks like they put cubes inside, but do you need to open up... So don't open this one yet, because
That's
that's
got the
last
Barbie
one.
in. Do you know what we'll do? Camera eats first with those. Mystery.
The what?
But like Sonny Angels. You don't know of Sonny Angels? Sophia Ochincia love Sonny Angels.
No idea what you're
They're those
talking
weird little baby things with the bums out. Weird. And the girls collect them. The girly pops collect them. But that's what they do. So like they love the mystery of it all.
That feels squishy.
Oh, also, guys, look at these. They're like knockoff jelly cats, but we got them today. And this one's a coffee.
See,
Here she goes.
Right. He was buying the stuff, and I was looking through this basket, and I was like, "Oh, these are really cute."
You know, I was putting together the set.
You know,
I was getting the essentials for the set.
so I was like, "Oh,
And
these."
she was stood there over a basket just perusing.
So these are really cute, but I really like the coffee one and the lemon.
It
so
is
then,
very cute.
So then when we got out, I was like, "Oh, I really like those." He went, "Go and get them then." And I went, "Oh, could we put them in for the pod?" And then he went, "Yeah, but I'd want the coffee one." But I was like, "I want the
Do
coffee
you know,
one."
actually, you didn't say that they were for the set. I didn't know you were getting them for the set. I only figured that out when you called me and said you'd be mad at me if I had a lemon and a coffee and then a coffee on the other side, wouldn't you? And I said,
No.
That's when I realised that you wanted them to put on the set, which love the idea. Like, guys, that is adorable.
Well, anyways, I got a coffee too because
Yeah.
it was 3 for £12. So I was like, might as well.
But we thought it makes sense to just have like one coffee, one lemon.
Yeah, and I'll take the coffee home. So
Well, yeah, this one's mine though. This one's mine.
I think they got it.
I know. I'm just making sure. Back to the Barbies.
See, I feel like where's your instructions here?
Yeah.
It looks like we need to stab.
Yeah. So I'm assuming we stab this. So we'll work together. Teamwork.
All right, so stab.
I'm scared because this is gonna be. This
Oh.
is slime, right? Let me get it out. It's my slime.
I thought you were gonna lick it then.
Ew.
Is that no? That's my slime.
Oh, then get your slime. That's my slime. Well, where's my slime?
Oh, that's not easy to get off.
You didn't do a very good job of stabbing. That's why.
Wait, maybe I
Can
like
it just peel out?
pry it out.
Leah, I think you can just peel the silver.
There
Are you
was
sure?
something where you put the lid back on
Stab mine.
and the slime falls into and through this.
Well, we fucked it then, haven't we?
What do you mean?
I think we fucked it.
No, because I feel like we might have to put this into there, maybe.
Can we just look at the Barbies?
Like grated
I don't
thingy,
care
isn't
about.
it?
I don't care about
Slime.
the slime aspect.
Well, what's in the little baggies?
Wait, I think you have to pop all that, then you have to peel it somehow, but save it. Guys, this is too much. I just want to look at the Barbies.
Yeah. Open your baggies. Let's see what's in them. Mine.
Cameron's first.
What is that? Oh, you had it upside down. A cup?
Okay.
Is it?
I think it's just stuff to play with your slime with. Oh, booties!
Oh, you've got little booties.
Guys, Valentino booties.
Oh, I got one that's a little bag.
Oh, I also got a boba bag. Oh my god, no, it's a boba. I'm trying to get a good visual for you here. Makeup guru.
What's a boba?
It's that.
Oh, so we basically
with the
got the
cup.
same things, but a different version. So I got a blue
If we
one.
get the same Barbie, I'm going to be pissed.
I don't think we have.
How do you know?
Because it was on the box.
No, there was several on the box, Stephen.
Oh, on the top of
Oh,
the
I
box.
think this is meant to be like the whole thing. Leah, the whole thing's meant to be like boba tea. It's themed after boba tea.
I don't know what boba tea is. You can keep saying it, but I
It's-
don't know what it is.
It's tea that has like balls in it and they pop in your mouth. Looks like a cup
Oh!
from a boba tea. Oh, she gets boot. And to be fair, I prefer
They are so
I
cute.
you're in my camera.
Them, them or me.
I prefer my Valentinos, don't you worry.
There we go. Wow.
Valentinos. Okay, let's just look at the Barbies.
I like the cups.
Okay. Camera eats first. Yeah, because it's boba. Right, I'm closing my eyes. Let me do mine first, Leah. Oh my god, she's an icon. No, I love her. Oh, she smells nice.
I was going to say, can you smell it?
Guys, they smell nice. Oh my god, she's strawberry flavour.
Are they?
This is what I mean though. The kids these days, they need all the entertainment.
Oh my god, how do they wrap these? I see. Told you I had the blue haired one.
Wait, so it's not even a mystery?
No, it's on the box at the top.
I'm sorry, that's fucking bullshit. Why is it called Colour Pop Reveal?
Look.
Why is it called Pop Reveal?
Wow.
I mean, I love her
Me
weave.
too. Should we dress her?
Well, I suppose so, yeah.
Put the booties on. God, I haven't dressed the Barbie in years. Oh, is that the left foot? Is there a foot to the Barbie? Oh, oh, is she in?
Okay,
Wait.
what is this? Oh
Do you know what, Brad? I actually think
Oh my god, it's a skirt.
there's a left and a right to the...
Guys, she smells delicious. What's your smell of?
I don't think I can smell mine. Can I?
Let me smell. Yours hasn't got a scent.
So why is yours scented?
Mine is
I can really smell
Mine
yours.
is fragrant. Mine is strawberry flavoured fragrance. That's crazy. Love her. That is strawberry boots, isn't it?
Well, what's her speciality then? If she doesn't have a scent, I want a scent.
What's her special?
She's going to be like blueberry or something. Unless she is, but just not a very strong one.
Like this, like realistic. Oh my god.
I love those boots.
Realistically, she could hang in my car and be a fucking air freshener with the scent that's coming off of this.
Yeah.
Honestly, just catch me playing with this Barbie. Jesus Christ.
How did you get into it?
You got to take the bottom off. Oh, I feel weird about the hair though. Like I feel like I could pull it out, but it really look how far it comes out.
Oh, have we got the same skirt but different colour?
Yeah, because it's themed boba tea. That's the whole point.
I might have to search what this boba tea is because I've no idea what you're on
I'm
about.
shocked that you've not
And
heard
I
of
feel
boba
like
tea.
It's all making sense to you. It's making no sense.
It
to
is
me.
because the skirt's like boba tea.
Do you mean bubble tea?
Boba tea, bubble tea, it's all the same.
I think you're making boba
No,
tea up.
no, the balls are called boba.
Not bubble.
I've been to Japan. I've been to China.
Oh, that's really cute.
Lest we not forget, I need to put my shoes on my Valentinis.
Oh, where's a
That's
bag?
a dog. That's a dog. Wait, that's a fucking dog.
Can you put the bag over?
Guys, look at the archers.
Like, I do like that.
Okay, wait, I'm enjoying myself.
So how does the bag stay on?
Guys. So we thought the reason for these, we thought one, nostalgic, sort of. And two, we thought we could put them in the back. So we could stand them up. Oh, Leah, no, look, when you stand them up, their feet do that. Oh, that's gross. Ew.
Why does that happen?
Ew,
I don't like the feel
it.
of that.
Oh, she's iconic.
Oh, it doesn't stand?
She's iconic. No, you do, but you have to really wang them. Yours won't have an issue because you've got the big booties.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're doing them over there.
Oh, I need to pull the hair out from the bag. Got you, girl.
I need to sort her weave out.
Have you put a bag on?
No.
She's with us for the whole episode. I do think they're really cute.
I know I was hating on the children of today, but this is fun.
This is fun.
Like, all the accoutrements. I don't care for the slime aspect, but that's just me.
I mean, we didn't try it. You can't knock until
No,
you
because
try.
I don't understand it.
Do you think that's meant to
But
be like
I'm
that?
sorry, Leah, if we're not understanding it, then how are the kids understanding it? That's defo how it's meant
The
to be.
parents.
But how are the parents
So
understanding it if we
clearly
can't?
we're not ready to be parents.
Or maybe we just haven't got the patience to read and figure it out. That's
I mean,
what
I
it is.
did YouTube it. I can really smell that. That's
She's-
really getting
guys,
under my
Her
nose.
fanny is pungent.
Oh.
Like, she smells delicious.
Oh, we'll put the doggy there.
Okay, guys, and we're back. Right, let's put all the rubbish on the floor so it's out of our way because I'm
Are you
sick
sure
of
you
it.
don't want the slime?
No, I'm
You
positive.
felt it? All right.
I'm over
Who's
it.
bored now?
Yeah, I'm over it. Should we talk about you, Leah? Okay, guys. Now, next seg, okay? Because that was just a fun little intro. Now, fun fact, every episode, we're going to start off with some sort of game, fun, activity, whatever. We're gonna try anyway until we run out of ideas. So that's the format, okay? But now into the main beef. Yeah, we thought, I need to get used to saying that.
Yeah.
I'm so used to saying I thought. Anyway, we thought that it would be appropriate for this first episode for you guys to understand more about Leah. Okay, because I feel like some of you will probably know me somewhat and kind of understand what I've been up to. If you're here from the main channel, you definitely will. But if you're Leah's friends, hi.
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 Do
hi,
I have
and
any friends?
Thanks for joining, you know. If you're a viewer from Leah, then thank you for watching, I guess, or listening.
I hope.
I'm sure there will be a few.
We'll see.
But yeah. So I thought we'd take it over to Leah and she can fill you guys in on what she's been up to recently. Go
Well,
for it.
not to get too deep because I'm not going to.
No, we don't have to focus on the sadness.
No, but I'm just going to explain a
Okay, go
little
for
bit. So some of you might relate, actually. And do you know what? If you can, please put it in the comments so I don't feel so alone in all this. But basically, I'm at that point in my life where I've kind of, because obviously there's a dance career, you kind of get to a point when you're going to stop. You can't do it till you're an old biddy.
Pause. So yeah, not sure if we fully mentioned in depth, but we obviously grew up dancing. And if you want to know more about us dancing and like what we got up to, we did an episode of my first ever podcast together where we were focused on a lot on that. So if you want to know more about dancing stuff, either ask us questions in the comments and we can talk about it in another episode, or go and watch that one. Thank you. Continue.
Yes, so my life so far has been quite successful. I've been going traveling, dancing how I wanted to, but then it's been a sudden turn, and I will tell you, once it happens, it happens. You don't know it's coming. But in the last year, maybe not even year, maybe 6 months, I've had a bit of a change of heart.
Honestly, guys, I've never seen anything like it. The person I knew, right, beforehand, wouldn't have dared slow down to, like, you know, get pregnant. She's not pregnant yet.
I'm not pregnant.
She's not pregnant yet, but she's thinking about it.
No, yeah.
She wants
and
it.
I've been openly saying to my friends on my last contract that I am broody.
Yeah, she's ready for a child.
Yeah. No,
Which that's not the Leah I know.
It is. Maybe it makes me think that maybe because both of my sisters have now got children.
This is the thing. You will be the third and final girly to have one.
And I spent a lot of time with my more recent niece, Madison. I think that brought it out of me a little bit.
It makes sense because I mean, guys, she's absolute. I'd love to have her on for even like a segment of the pod.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be so cute to try and get her to speak on the podcast.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll try, but no promises. She's a wild one.
She is a wild one. But if I don't have a child like that, that's got a personality.
No, I know. Yeah. Well, that's what I fear. That's up to you.
I know. But if they
You've
don't,
got to allow them. You've got to allow them to have one. They're going back in.
Yeah, they're going
getting
back
sent
into They're going back into cook, not kunk. But yeah, so that's kind of what's happened the past 6 months, where my mind's had a bit of a switch.
She's ready to be with
And
child.
if you don't know my age, I have just turned 28. So it is around that
Yeah, plot
age.
twist. She is in fact older than I, which I also don't think a lot of you will have expected.
But I think I've aged a bit the past few years.
And I also think it's the facial hair. I think the facial hair doesn't help me in any way.
Maybe.
Yeah, I still think you look younger than I.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
I constantly get like you're like 30. Like people think I'm actively in my 30s, which I think is vile.
Oh, see, people think
Not being in your 30s, but like being told when you're 26 that you're well into your 30s. It's not great, is it?
Yeah, I guess people also with me say I'm about 22.
So I mean, you guys can be the judge, I guess.
So yeah, so that's what's been going on with me. And then
so guys, she's telling you about her life, but she has just come back from a dance contract. She's been away, guys, and here, there, and everywhere for ages.
But yeah, and also this more recent contract was a bit of a weird one because I started off as a dancer, then went to entertainment host, and then the company was changing. So then we had to go into training again. So here I am, and recharging, as you will. Because sometimes we have to do that, and I'm just, when you kind of feel like you're in limbo, so we're just figuring out.
Yeah, she's trying to figure out what she wants to do with the next steps.
Yeah, because I actually need to figure out what I do when I'm not on a ship.
But this is probably like, not to get all deep and philosophical, but I imagine a lot of dancers get to this point because realistically, we knew this going in as well. Like as a dancer, it's very much like you have a shelf life.
Yeah.
You know, you get to a point where it's like either your mental state can't take it anymore because the dance industry is fucked, to put it politely.
Yeah.
Or secondly, your body gives up on you first. They're kind of the two I feel. And it's like one or the other kind of happens around your late 20s into your early 30s, maybe if you're lucky.
Yeah.
And I feel like generally that's kind of when people decide to take different steps and like try and figure something out. So I imagine if we have got maybe some dancers watching or whatever, or ex-dancers, as I'm happily an ex-dancer, thank God, because I don't miss it whatsoever. I miss the performing, but I still feel like I'm performing.
Yeah,
you know, I'm performing
in
an aspect, like I'm still entertaining.
No, but that was like when you go into entertainment host.
Exactly.
Like I was still in entertainment,
and like you're interacting with people in a certain way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just feel like a lot of dancers probably have that same time where it's like I don't know who I am without being a dancer.
Yeah.
Because that's a big part of your being.
And also what a lot of people don't talk about with dancing on a cruise ship especially is dancing is probably about 5% of your whole contract.
Honey, I said this to you when I did my contract.
Yeah, but I had to experience it
No,
myself.
totally.
Like, obviously, you're doing the shows, but then everything else...
The duties on top of it. The shows are literally just a speck of the job. And the amount of duties and, like, extra things that they pile onto the contract is crazy.
Yeah, but the duties I didn't mind. The problem I had was I had way too much free time. And I know that sounds really bad.
Oh, see, I had none of that.
Like, but then you have way too much time to think. And I like to be busy.
I mean, same.
So that's why at the end of my dancing contract, I was like, I need to try. Because I liked being on the cruise at the time. But then I actually saw what the entertainment host did and I quite liked it. And on my dancing contract, I would go around speaking to the guests. And I used to get comments for just speaking to the guests. And that was rare for the dancers on there. And they're like, Leah, how are you getting these comments? And people were leaving me notes.
That's lovely.
And the entertainment director was like, how are you getting this? And I was like, because I speak to them.
See, I could never do that because on my ship, everyone was Chinese.
That's
so
a bit
I didn't really have that option.
Whereas I was on an Australian ship.
Yeah,
so
I would. Guys, I really want to go to Australia so bad. My mum was saying the other day that she'll come with me.
My mum will get on a flight.
She said that she said that she'll go. She was like, next year, do you want to go to Australia? And I was like, yes, Tracy.
Wait, I've been on a ship in Australia for the past year.
Stop shouting at people.
No, because I'm getting high rated. Right? You're telling me I've been on a ship for the past year and now she decides she wants to go to Australia.
I think the difficulty is, pause, sorry to cut you off, but I think the difficulty is when you're on a ship, we can't just come over to Australia and see you because we have to come over to Australia, pay extortionate prices for cruise ships to only see you here, there, and everywhere.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
The prices weren't that bad, especially not for you.
But anyway, So she was on the ship. She's no longer on the ship. Okay.
Yeah.
She's emotional. She's in limbo.
Yeah, no, guys, I'm in a much better place now. I've been home for what, 2-3 weeks?
Honestly, from the day, now my mum did tell me that part and parcel of when you came home was you were on your period.
Why is she telling you that?
She just told me that because maybe.
But
maybe
no, but do you know what? That annoys me that people blame your period.
No, totally. But I think she was just saying because obviously I said to her that I can already tell a real difference, and it was like a week later, and she was like, well, that could also be to do with periods. I like not to blame anything on periods because you know me, I lie, right? But periods can affect emotions.
Totally.
But that's all.
But Brad, I've had periods my whole
my whole life. Came out the womb with a period.
Since I was 14. So
God,
what?
late bloomer.
Oh, I've been half my life. I've had periods half of my life.
Is that late?
It is late. Yeah.
I was gonna say I know some girls. I swear they get like 10.
When I'm on my period, I know that I can go through that week without crying when someone asks me if I'm okay.
Oh, you can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good.
So, but when I got home, the amount of people that would just go, "Are you okay?" and I'd just break down.
Yeah, I will say you were as a shell of a human when you were in the car on the way home with me. Shell of a human.
Yeah. But also, I've always been a little bit like that anyways.
But also, you were tired.
The first, jet lag is something else.
And like you've done a long haul flight. So.
And the first week after a contract is always the worst for me. I always do cry in that week, to be fair. I don't deal well with change. Gives me a bit of anxiety when change is coming up.
Oh, honey, don't even talk to me about anxiety. Jesus.
But then, like, I don't deal well with it coming up to it, but then actually doing it, I'm fine.
I'm the same.
It's weird.
But I think that is how anxiety for me anyway works. Like it's like I overthink to like a ridiculous degree.
Yeah.
When it's like something that really doesn't need to be overthought, and then when it happens, I'm like, oh, it was nothing.
Yeah, I'm like, why was I worrying about that?
Like mine is very much overthinking vibes.
So I think that was one of the reasons why with this contract it was a lot, because I had so much change. I never felt settled, and I constantly had anxiety of this is about to change. I even had to change cabins a few times. And then you're having new roommates constantly, so then it's constantly just that's about it. And this is
I just never when it came to like my cruise, like I got really lucky, to be honest, because the guy that I was meant to be sharing a cabin with, he was just getting with a girl, so like he shared her cabin because she had a cabin all her own.
See, I don't mind having a cabin mate, and actually
I mind.
No, I don't, because on my first contract I had my own cabin. I was really lucky, but this one I shared with Jasmine. If Jasmine ends up listening, she might do.
Hi, Jasmine.
Hi. And I mean, she'll tell you we actually got along really well, and I'd actually say she's one of my best friends now.
I think also just in general though, like I could never live with anybody ever again.
No, but to be honest, let's be honest, guys, Brad is set in his ways.
Well, no, it's just like I like my stuff and I have my own rhythm. Like I have like my way of living, because I'm sorry, I've lived alone for going on 4 years now.
I think this is why we clashed in Rome. Because...
And also her priorities were just not on me, which I thought was really unfair.
No, right? Because when we were out, it was fine. But obviously, it's been a while since I've spent 24/7 with Bradley. And on holiday, that's what it is. But then also, because we don't mind sharing a room, right? So then we just share the room.
Never again.
So, I think if we go again, we have to have our separate rooms so we have time to go and have time apart.
Do we talk quickly about the backdrop? Some of the things on it? Because I want to talk about my slide.
Do you?
I do.
I think we should pick out some of the main stuff and then leave some of the stuff into maybe...
Well, do you want to go first? No! Because you just told them your whole life story. So I'm going to go first. We're going to lighten the mood. Okay, guys, you can't see it up. Oh, you can on the wide. So we've got Miss Cher Lloyd here. We'll start here. Because she was...
Oh, wow.
Don't even get me started, guys. I won't lie.
I wish... Do we have that photo still of your shrine?
Oh, honey, I still have that photo. Like we said, guys, we did, in fact, share a room, which meant that we had to have bunk beds. Okay, and the picture that I'm talking about, for like you audio listeners, I'll describe. The picture is of my top bunk, and I have pictures all the way around of Cher Lloyd. Now, don't even ask me why I was so obsessed with her. I thought she was cool. And like, don't get me wrong, she still makes some good music.
Swagger Jagger.
But like, don't judge her on Swagger Jagger because Sorry I'm Late has bangers on it. Like the album is a banger.
I want you back.
That's not that album. But it's still a banger.
Yeah.
It's a bop. I'm sorry. When we did that dance to Swagger Jagger at Gifted and Talented,
I've never said anything bad about her.
you've just said, oh, dear God. So yes, all that to say, I did have an unhealthy obsession with Cher Lloyd, and I don't know why. Obviously, we watched the like X Factor season,
Yeah.
and I just took a liking to her. I thought she was funky, she was unique.
Yeah, no, I get that, but what I was saying was the whole room decor.
It was an
excessive.
obsession. So this is why we have got a picture here of Cher Lloyd. This is one of my favourite pictures of her. I was obsessed with when this photo shoot first came out. So I had to obviously pay homage to my one and only.
Homage, what does that mean? Like a reminiscence?
This is going to be part of this show, right? Where Leah doesn't know words. Leah doesn't know the English language. She doesn't know.
No, I do. But you just make words up.
No.
Homage.
Like, this is going on the internet, and people are going to know now that you don't know what paying homage to something is. Does that not embarrass you? Are you not embarrassed by that?
I don't get embarrassed very easily.
Well, that's fucking good, because the internet will tell you. Let me tell you that. But yeah, so I thought I'd pay homage to my one and only. Whereas on your side, what do you have, Leah, artist-wise?
I've got
I was giving you a segue there, you see.
Yeah, I've got the Spice Girls.
You know, if we're talking Spice Girls, my favourite. Can you guess my favourite?
Ginger.
It was.
All right, yeah. So the Spice Girls. So if you want to have a guess at which Spice Girl I would have been,
it's pretty
or
obvious.
would be, I think so.
I'd like to think it wasn't Scary Spice.
No, but like
because you're not.
There is two that people tend to guess between. So, but if you think you know my personality, you could probably guess. I think.
I'd say so. Who were the two? Yeah.
But I think it's because of the.
Yeah, I think you just look more like her.
Yeah. So yeah,
Miss
so you can
Vicky.
put that in the comments if you want.
Ooh, engagement.
What else have we got?
You've got Steps, and I've got. Oh,
Steps.
I didn't have another. Yeah, see, guys, I didn't have another artist. So, because, like I said, she was my one and only for a long time. Now, obviously, I'd probably choose Taylor Swift, but like, that obsession began in uni.
Yeah, more recently.
So, like,
yeah.
I didn't feel right putting that on there as like a childhood thing. So instead, my other obsession, which I am still obsessed with.
Wait, I haven't spoken about Steps.
Well, I haven't spoken about this one, but we bat.
All right.
It's tennis.
Okay.
You know, it's how a conversation works. So I chose a Charmed poster because these are my other girls.
My other girls.
They are. I found a poster that someone had made that had all four of them on because obviously, not to spoil anything, but at any one time in the show, there is only 3. And I won't tell you which 3. But it does change after season 3. Now, guys, fun fact, if you didn't know already, I do own a Book of Shadows. Which is a real pity that I couldn't have put it on the set.
Yeah, but it is quite hefty.
It's huge, heavy, and where am I putting it? It's bulky. So instead, I decided to get a poster of the girls. So that was my other big poster.
I am impressed that you could find one with all 4 of them on.
Oh, they exist?
I didn't think that would have
Well, Leah, you don't understand. There's a whole like backstory lore thing where it's basically like, imagine if there was a season 9 to Charmed, how cool would it be if Prue came back from the dead somehow? We brought her back.
And I won't tell you which 3.
And then it's power of 4, baby.
You know, you should have put the Charmed one closer to the middle because I like Charmed as well. Not as much as you, but that was a shared
Well, that's not how
interest.
these things work. You know, I liked the Spice Girls, but it's right over there. You know?
And Steps, I have vivid...
Steps?
I have a list.
You did that.
Steps. No, I don't. Yeah, I have vivid memories of watching like the Steps music videos. But I don't know what that was. I feel like it was on a video.
I was not interested
Like a
in
tape.
Steps in the slightest.
Tragedy.
Like, I heard the music because you and Amy were interested.
Tragedy. But I think that's our age difference, I think.
I also thought you would have chosen S Club 7 over Steps.
Yeah, but they don't have that many songs, do they?
But I feel like they were more your bag. I feel like you were S Club 7, Amy was Steps, I was Cher Lloyd.
I like Steps.
Well, clearly, I'm seeing that.
But Britney. We've both got a Britney.
Yeah, obviously
on.
Britney was like an icon. Still is an icon.
Yeah, she was one of my biggest ones.
Yeah, and obviously I have come to love her more and more as of late. But I feel like she was appropriate because she was very 90s. So I did, in fact, put both of my oldest Britney vinyls on here because I thought they really matched the energy. So yeah, they're for like artists. And then like the majority on my side is like my artworks, because that was obviously a big part of me and my childhood. Now, guys, I'm not going to lie, this one up here, I'd happily get it tattooed to this day. I might actually get it tattooed in October when I go. I might rejig it, but I think the design is really cunty. And I did that years and years and years ago. I actually don't remember. Now, this one was even older, I think, this tiger. I recall this being...
I don't remember that.
No, I remember doing this and being like, that's my best work to date.
No, it is rather annoying how many talents Brad has, to be honest.
But do you know why I think that is?
Why?
And this is going actually back to your point about me earlier saying that I take a trait from my mum in this.
You like to dip your hands in sorts of pies.
Well, that, but also it's like I'm also not afraid of trying something and learning how to do it, and I will like persist until I can do it well. It was the same with editing stuff. I didn't know how to edit anything until like I decided to make a YouTube channel, and then I was like, I'm going to Google, I'm going to YouTube, I'm going to sit here for hours until I know how to do this thing. I just do that with everything because I'd rather not, and I've always been this way, I'd rather not hire someone to do it for me when I could just learn how to do it. So I think that's why, because I'm like, I want to try doing this thing because I want to have this in my life. Like, I'm gagging to take up sewing. And I've got nowhere to put a sewing machine, but I want to get one.
No, he wants to get one because of how they look.
Well, they are also quite chic.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I think that's the main reason, because I'm not afraid of trying something, and then if I'm not very good at it, just like keep grafting at it until I'm good.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm like, when have you had the time to do all that stuff? Because I don't feel like I've had the time to do stuff like that. I've either been working, like teaching, but like I've not had the time to sit and learn how to sew.
Well, I can't sew. That's not a good example because I can't sew.
Or draw. Have you done that from being younger?
This is the thing. I was doing it like in any spare time I had as a child. That was my hobby.
Yeah, see, I didn't have one.
Yours
apart
was
from
like
dancing.
dance mats and fucking spinning shit around and crap.
Oh, playing football.
What were you doing when I was drawing? Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I was just always just in our bedroom just.
See, yeah, he was more like
drawing
that.
shit.
I was more of an outdoors, going on my
She
roller
likes
skates.
to throw this in my face as if I was a recluse.
No, but I was always a bit more sporty.
Do you want to know why I wasn't as sporty? Because
Why?
as a little gay, as a little fat, if I tried to do sports, I'd get taken the piss out of. So that wasn't an arena where I could be like, oh, I'm not very good at this. Let me keep trying to play, and I'll hopefully get better. Because obviously, being a male, not to get deep once again, but being a male, like if you're not good at sports, you're a fairy and a
Yeah, to be fair,
You know?
you asked me earlier, what else are you good at? Sports.
You're good at sports?
I'm good at sports.
But I mean, I was good at hockey, badminton,
I
round
fucking
on.
loved hockey.
rounders, really good at tag rugby, loved it because I could run real fast.
And got
One thing about me, the bullies couldn't catch me. I'm telling you. Yeah, I was a sprinter. I was.
But like when people ask me about PE, I was good at football, I was good at rounders, I was good at tennis, I was good at badminton, I was good at it all. Like,
Yeah. And I would have enjoyed to get better at football, but I felt because I was gay inside. You know, like I felt like
Inside.
it was like a very straight man's sport. For a woman, it's different. You're seen as a tomboy if you do sports. You're seen as cool.
Yeah, that was me.
You know, exactly.
Not cool, but tomboy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I was cool.
But like as a little gay, like if you can't play sports, like you're already kind of effeminate. It's not a lovely environment to learn it, is it?
You've watched football before, though, no?
Not all the
when
way
we've
through.
done like
Not all the way through.
when it's like the World Cup and stuff. no?
Absolutely. Are you fucking for real? Me and the World Cup?
See, yeah, that's the thing. I like playing sports. When it's the World Cup or the Euros, I'll watch it. But I'm not really a follow club fan. Like
I
I'm
have
not.
no interest. There's not 1 ounce of me that has an interest in football.
No.
I don't even understand the rules. I think most of what happens is they get hurt a tiny bit, play it up, so then the other team gets sent off. That's the majority of the game, is it not? All that to say, what interests you, Scoobies?
Oh,
I was going to say on
yeah.
your side, what
And
interests do you
I
have?
feel like I'm covering some of the best ones. Cause,
Well, that's on you.
yeah, I know.
You placed it.
But Scoobies, I love doing those, and I actually just made these the past 2 days. It took me back. Not gonna
Honestly,
lie.
I'm shocked that you've been able to do them.
Why?
No, like, I wasn't finished. I was going to say, I'm shocked that you were able to do them so successfully so fast.
Right.
Like, it would have took me some getting back into it.
I mean, it's not hard once you get into it.
I could never do them.
You're not really getting
I
wrong.
could never do
So
them.
there we go. That's a talent I've got that
Yeah.
Brad doesn't.
Yeah. One thing about me, I don't have nimble fingers.
Well,
There you go.
I'm
Fingers.
covering one of my biggest interests, and it's High School Musical.
Guys, that's a big thing for her to this day, to be honest.
I love it.
Like, oh my God.
Whenever-
The way she would happily just listen to the soundtrack files. I have not watched them in so many years. So we should maybe do that.
I recently watched them on my last
I have-
contract. All three.
I'm deadly serious. I do not remember the last time I watched them. I could not tell you.
I love it.
I think the last time I maybe watched one was when we went to the cinema to see the last one.
No.
I don't.
No, you've definitely watched another one with me since. Yeah, you have.
But me sitting next to you with you having it on is not the same as me watching it, you know?
What I find funny is that when you're in the gym and stuff and people think you're listening to like hardcore, gym music. No, I'm listening to Troy.
To run!
Right now I
And like,
can
you gotta go your
hardly
own
breathe.
way.
Yeah. But that bit that I just sang.
You used to love that bit.
Yeah, but also when I was on a run doing that,
It
that
gets
used to
through.
give me the motivation. Yeah, because
To
it's-
run!
Right, yeah, because like right now I can hardly breathe. I'm like, no, I can't.
Whoa.
You can do it. Just know that I believe. Oh, can I? And then it gets me going.
Come on!
And then it speaks to me, and then it goes back into it, and then it's like, let's go, come on, and they turn it up, game on. I'm like, yes, and it gets me back into
See,
my
I
run.
do recall loving the third one the most.
Third one's got banger music.
Because it's the budget. The third one had the budget. The other two were obviously really, really good.
I
But I feel like the third one, they really pushed it with the budget.
Yeah.
Now, what I was going to say is, I'm shocked you've not got like Step Up or Honey on here. Honey was a big one.
Honey
for you,
was
I
a big
feel.
one. I've not seen that in
Coyote
years. We
Ugly.
could watch that. Yeah.
Like, you've really missed out some key points there.
I've met Adam Garcia.
Guys, there might
Embarrassed myself.
there might be some evolution of the backdrop to be had, because I feel like you could easily get rid of, you got go-karting picture here and put Honey there.
Yeah. But also, there's probably things you can revamp. Don't come for my board.
But Honey, I've got Teen Beach Movie. That was huge for me. I've got Pete's Dragon. Guys, apparently, I've said guys a lot of times.
Guys.
Apparently, as a child, I would watch Pete's Dragon every day. Oh, guys, we've both got a Barbie. Fun fact, we watched Barbie Rapunzel earlier, and it holds up.
Yeah, I love it.
It's crazy, and it's crazy because, like, it's obviously such an old movie. 2002.
I was only 5.
I was 4. But yeah, so we watched Barbie Rapunzel earlier, and yeah, it really holds up. And I do want to watch Barbie Swan Lake because Barbie Swan Lake was my favorite.
You can watch them for free on YouTube.
You can,
Like, that was a game changer.
yeah. They do have the obviously the option on YouTube for you to like buy or rent them, like they do every other movie, but they are just on there for you to watch free. So I do feel like we'll probably watch that one at some point because oh my god, what a movie! So we have both got one of them. I've got Stuart Little. There's rock and roll costumes right here.
We were so good
We
at
were.
rock and roll.
We were. I must admit.
That was our thing.
I feel like that was the first time people were like, "Oh, these two dancers mean business."
But we also progressed because when you remember that first time, Bradley.
Oh, honey, I remember it. I stood on a skirt and dropped the kegs. Kegs came down.
Yeah.
And guys, the way these competitions worked, because this was freestyle, we started off doing freestyle dancing, which, whoa. Now that's a whole different ballgame.
Do you know what we should have done here? Put a first on yours and a second on mine because that's how it used to go half the time.
I said this to my mum in a Dance Mums episode at one point. I was like, I did always used to win. And my mum was like, no. you didn't."
There was the odd time.
That's what my mum said. And
There
I was like, yeah, fair enough.
and I used to be.
But
fucking
majority of
buzzing.
the time, I recall you being mad at me because I always used to just be
It
one
was
above.
not like this is not being big-headed, but most of the time when me and Brad was in the same category, it'd be him first and me second, or me first, him second. But most of the time, it was Brad first, me
And
second.
this is what I was saying to my mum, and she was like, no, it was very even. I was like, Tracy, you weren't there. You can't have been there. Because I recall it always coming back to, he's a boy. He's a boy. Don't worry, he's a boy. Which, in fairness, I was untalented. So it probably was because I was a boy.
But
For a while.
it got to the point where I was happy with the second. I knew that
Well, yeah,
first
because
was
technically
his.
you'd won.
So then, yeah, that's how I used to think of it. Because I was like, well, I know that first is Brad's. So then if I win above everyone else, then I've won. That's how I used to think.
Yeah, but instead we have got 2 first. And do you know what this reminds me of?
What?
That one time that we tied first and got like 95 marks.
Yeah,
which is
see, that was
unheard of.
good. And I think my mum loved that.
Yeah, like guys, in the competitions we used to do, The highest you'd maybe get is maybe like a 91, 92, I feel like.
What was that with? Our moderns?
Moderns, both that I choreographed.
Human.
So
Oh,
much.
for God's sake.
Thank you so much. But yeah, and we both drew one time, got first, and it was one of our last competitions too, together.
Yeah.
And we both got 95 marks, which is huge.
Do you think that adjudicator saw our names and thought they're brother and sister, let's just tie them?
Well, let's not say that.
All
That
right.
kind of ruins it, doesn't
All
it?
right.
What the fuck? I'm glad she drew us. You should be also. Right?
No, I am, but I
no,
just
yeah.
had a thought then. But
Like,
maybe.
guys, you rarely ever got like a 98, 99, 100. That's unheard of.
Like I'm saying, it probably was hard as a toss up for her. And then
Totally.
when she saw the name, she probably thought, "Do you know what? Just tie it."
Let's give him a moment.
Yeah.
And it was a moment. My mum was very proud that day, I could tell. Because Tracy, fun thing about Tracy, a lot of you guys will know through like the Dance Mum stuff. One thing about Tracy is she doesn't give much away.
Oh no, and she'd tell you if it weren't that good.
Well, this is the thing. She does tell you if you did shit. She's more likely to tell you that you did a bad job.
She was
than-
more like that with him.
Yeah. But she used to read me down. Truly.
That's because no, she always used to say to me she felt more comfortable with. She was nervous for both of us, but she was a bit more comfortable with me because I'm more safe.
What? Because I like to take risks and push the boundaries. Yeah, I don't know that's a bad thing. Thank you very much.
Sure what was going to come out with Bradley, which is fair because I remember I used to think like that a little bit as well sometimes.
Guys, look, it's all coming out.
But
It's all coming out in the wash.
that was more the younger age of competitions. When it got to the older ones,
Well, this
it
is
was
the thing.
fine.
I feel like as soon as we got to like EF category, which is like from like 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
We were just thriving.
Yeah, and I feel like that's when I started to take it serious. Granted, when I was younger and doing like fucking open choreographic,
Hello, sunshine.
terrible. This is what I mean. I was untalented for a while and I hold my hands up and say it. But I think I really started to turn around 14, 15 years old, which was late to start taking it serious. And then I went to a ballet school, so I can't have been doing that bad.
The amount of times me and Brad would argue before going on stage and then go on stage, do the performance, and then carry on the argument when we come
But
on.
what was really handy, guys, now in hindsight, our duet was crazy. That we were portraying, guys, it's a different time. It's a different time. Okay, I wouldn't do it to this day. But the way we had a duet, right, to Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball, okay?
Does it even mean that song?
No. Not all.
So where did we get it from?
No idea. Right? Because we're not from an abusive family.
No.
Mum and dad, slay.
Yeah.
We portrayed a couple, which is already weird.
Yeah.
A couple that were in an abusive relationship. Good dance for the time would make women weep. Beep that name. Notoriously would weep in the front row. And it was a good routine. Did it need to be about abuse? I don't know.
I mean, you enjoyed it. You got to throw me around the stage.
This was what I was getting at, was obviously like, we had the whole thing about us arguing before going on stage. What would be really handy is if it was that duet, I could go out and take some anger out.
Yeah, like he had to pull my hair.
Yeah,
and
this is what I
everything.
mean. Like, guys, I'd pull her hair, she'd go into a backwards walkover. Like, it was some technical shit.
Do you
I'd
remember
throw
that?
her.
Yeah.
Guys, at the end, I would throw her across the stage.
Do you remember that time you gave me a bruise?
Yeah, because I threw you, but the floor was like sticky and you like juggered,
because
didn't
normally
you?
he'd throw me, I would go, but I'd
And
slide.
it'd slide. Yeah.
But this one I stuck, and that fucking hurt. And I had a right bruise there.
And guys, the one thing about me is that like Leah did say, I do get lost. Okay, I get lost in the commitment, and you never know what's going to come out. So sometimes, if I was really feeling it, I'd go a bit more vigorous.
Do you remember that time we forgot our duet and we improvised?
No,
Not that one, drum beat one. We improvised and we still won. This is what my mum was saying.
we improvised together.
Yeah. We didn't,
I remember in a tap solo I improvised. I remember that.
No, we weren't doing the same moves. But we
I'd
both,
imagine not.
but
Because then I really
that
would be
weird.
worried. I really would be worried then.
But I don't know what happened, but I remember we both just went into random stuff and then managed to pick it back up.
Love.
But then we still won. I remember that.
Well, guys, this is the thing. This is the moral of the story. Moral of the story. Is that right?
Was it a story?
Moral of the story?
Yeah.
Is that what the saying is?
I
though?
don't know what you're trying to say.
No,
though.
but the moral of the story is if you forget, just improvise and it all
Oh,
work
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story.
Yeah. And don't let it show on your face.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I will say
mean-
that daunting though when you're forgetting a tap routine because all you have is the sounds.
That's why I never did a tap dance.
Oh my god, you never did a tap solo, did you?
That used to give me Yeah, no.
God, the way I used to do them all.
Yeah, I never did tap. But interesting, when
That's
I started teaching, I loved tap, and I actually ended up being quite a decent tapper.
Oh, you weren't a bad tapper.
I did advanced 2 tap and passed.
Yeah, no, you were never a bad
I think
tapper, but I think it was more like confidence for you. Like, it didn't come as natural as
and
other
I think
things.
it's because I am more of a perfectionist than Brad. Not with like stuff like this, whatever, but like just in life. I'm a bit more.
I feel like I'm more of a
high
perfectionist these
maintenance.
days, but I didn't used to be.
No.
I think growing up and like going to uni and stuff, it'll change you.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it was more that, because you can not only see it, you can hear it.
But also, you didn't have as weak of ankles.
No, I was.
That was a problem for you.
Yeah.
Your ankles, like, because obviously doing point and stuff, you want this is the fucked up part about dancing. It's like, for one style, like point ballet,
Yeah.
you want strong, supportive ankles, but then in the next fucking style, you want in like loose, relaxed ankles. Like, how are you meant to slay both? This is why a lot of people, I'd imagine, have their lane.
Yeah.
Because like realistically, it is hard to be like obviously, yes, I was good at ballet also, but obviously I wasn't on point.
Do you think it helped that you were flat-footed too?
See, I wasn't flat-footed for the whole time. Jesus Christ. The amount of effort I put in to get a little bit of arch in my foot, and it's not my fucking fault I was flat-footed. Like, guys, I used to sit at our sofa and put my feet under and just like have them like this the whole time.
I forgot you used to do
just
that.
to try and get because you used to degrade me. And it used to be, guys, it used to be looked down upon having flat feet, and that's what? Genetics. I can't help that. So yeah, now I do have a little arch.
You genetically had skinny legs
and I was more
up.
flexible.
Yeah,
I was more
actually,
flexible.
Box splits, I can never do them.
Now, I would like to start stretching again, to be honest, because I've not stretched in a long time. And I would be intrigued to see if I'd be able to get back. I do feel quite open still.
Open?
You know? I didn't say stretched or limber, did I?
No.
But I do feel quite open.
I feel like I was more hamstrings than you, though. You were more box, I was more hamstrings. They say
Fucking hamstrings, what's that mean?
They say you're more one than the other.
But what's hamstrings do?
The other splits. But
oh yeah, no, a left split never came naturally to me.
yeah, like I was always more hamstring than you, but you had the box and the hips.
Well,
because then that helped with ballet, because I was fucking shit about. Well, I wasn't, but I was. I had to really.
I was fucking shit.
I really had to fake my turnout.
Yeah,
I didn't have it.
No, you didn't have any.
Like
it was the hips. The hips were tough for you. I remember that vivid.
And that's
all the time she'd just be sat in frogs like. Oh.
Yeah, and that's why I hate about ballet is that if you don't have that,
it's hard to get it.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, it's hard to get it.
It's just how your hips are set.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
I was never going to be a ballerina because I didn't have the hips for it.
Yeah. So all that to say, guys, we are quite similar in a lot of ways, but also very different.
Yeah.
And if this doesn't show you that in a visual format,
we're going to have quite a few stories to tell you.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, guys, if you want us to tell you more about like the thumbnail and the creative choices behind the podcast, let me know, because I would like to delve into that, because that's part of my favourite stuff to do. Like, I love like the marketing and the fucking promotion and shit. And yeah, so let us know, because I did create the thumbnail and everything from scratch. So guys, a fun thing that we're going to do every week also, not to keep jabbering on, but obviously my last podcast, Morning Glory, that was very like, I'll talk about whatever I want. There was no real structure to it. When we started this one, I said to Leah, and she agreed, that we kind of wanted it to have a bit more structure in terms of like having certain segments, having maybe things that we do every single week, because plot twist, this is going to be coming at you for the next 8 weeks at least. So you can look forward to that. Obviously, it's going to be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that sort of thing. And obviously on the second channel, which I'm assuming if you're watching this, hello, you're on that already. So that being, at the beginning, some sort of fun icebreaker activity, the main seg. And then to end off, we thought it'd be fun if you guys could leave us a question of the week. So if you're watching this on the second channel, down below in the comments, first of all, subscribe if you haven't.
Yeah.
Like it, comment on it, please.
Especially if there's any new ones from me.
Totally. Please subscribe, thank you. We thought it'd be fun if you guys left us some questions down below, and then every week we can answer a question, and who knows, it might get us like onto another topic. So let's choose one right now, because for this week I did ask on Instagram, which was kind of hard because obviously at this point people don't know who I'm doing the podcast with, so I didn't want to give it away. So I'll try and find one here. Oh, this is a good one. What got you into dance?
Well, the thing was...
I copied Leah.
Yeah.
Put plainly.
That is the thing.
Put plainly, I saw, well, Leah started.
No, you're wrong. Brad started before me at a different dance school.
Oh, period. So you copied me.
No. I always wanted to dance. I love
so
dancing.
I stole that from you.
Yes, and my mum. I don't even know
think
what
that's
happened.
a lie.
No, it's not, because I remember. So he got taken to a dance school with our cousin.
Yes.
And I was like, why is he going doing ballet?
I think. Do you know what it probably was? I reckon it was probably beat the name.
Yeah.
That wanted to go, and I think my mum was just like,
oh, do you want Brad
"We'll
to
bring
go with
Brad,"
him?
and it was like a boy and mum thing.
Right.
I think that might have been what started it, because it wasn't like I was going to dance school now. Like, that was never the thing. It was just like, let's just throw
Go
them in
and
this
try
and see what
something.
happens.
Yeah. So then I remember when you went to that, I remember being like, why the fuck am I not dancing?
Where's my dance class?
Yeah. Then there was one day when a notice came through a leaflet came through the door, and it was for street dance at the local club thing. And I was like, Mum, can I go to this? Do you know, it must have been a sign. And when I think about it now, isn't that weird? Because how often do you get a leaflet through the door now about a dance school?
I mean, not dance schools, but leaflets all the time.
Yeah. And then she took me to that one, and then I remember I learned a routine to hollaback girl. Came home, showed it to my mum and dad.
Yeah, wouldn't stop fucking doing it.
And then Brad was like, wait, hold up a minute. She's learnt that.
Because they put me in fucking ballet straight away. Like, what little child, especially a boy? I'm sorry, I'm not going to fall in love with ballet straight out the gates, unfortunately. I want to be there popping, locking, and booty popping, you know? That's what I want to be doing. And then you came home and obviously was doing your little hollaback girl dance and rubbing it all in my face. And all I had to show for it was a fucking plie. Did I do ballet and tap? That's what it was, wasn't it?
I think
Ballet and
so.
tap.
Yeah.
I had I had a paradiddle and a fucking plie to show you. And you had me a full hollaback girl routine.
Yeah.
So yes, of course I got jealous. So she goes obviously to this school now. This is her thing weekly. And then I was like, because I don't think I necessarily went to this ballet thing for long. I think it was like 2 weeks.
No, it was longer than that.
I don't think so,
It
because I think
was.
you were only going to this thing for 2 weeks and then I joined.
Oh, that was quick, but I think you'd been going to the ballet.
That was quick.
But
You wasted no time jumping on my train.
yeah, but then imagine if you didn't. Imagine if we just went separate paths.
I could have been at Royal Ballet right now.
Mm,
If I was doing ballet from that age, if I managed to pull out of my arse a ballet uni, having started to take things serious at age 15, you really don't think that if I'd have started taking it serious from 8 or 7 or whatever it was,
yeah.
you don't think I'd be at Royal? I think I would.
All right, we'll let you have it.
We'll never know,
We'll never know.
you know?
But yeah, so that was it. But I always, from being tiny, I love dancing. Like
So-
when we went to the discos and stuff, like I'd be having a little boogie on the dance floor.
To me, I think it just seemed fun. What you were doing seemed more fun than what I was doing. And obviously, like, would I not want to be with my sister? That's more fun than going alone. And in hindsight, you've got to admit, it was good having me there.
Yeah, and we wouldn't have done all the things that we
Exactly, and look at us now.
did. Yeah.
Look at us now.
I might have got a few more first.
This has been the first episode. Let us know your thoughts down below. We have got plans for the next 8 episodes, so we'll see you again next week.
Yeah, obviously this one was quite random.
Yeah, it's just like we've got to catch up to speed, you know?
And just to get you to know me a little bit, because
Yeah.
none of you really know me.
Yeah, so hopefully moving forward, there'll be a bit more of a streamlined process. See ya. Bye.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.